faded out a bit. I still loved them, but I needed a new man in my life, so I chose the Villanelle. Villanelle is just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful form of poetry to write, because once you start, it just flows. It feels good. When I first started, again, I'll give you a little tip here. When I first started writing them, I thought, this is kind of difficult, kind of hard to make it make sense. It's not easy. But what I do now when I write a Villanelle, and this makes it so much easier, I get my last two lines again, like the sonnet. The last two lines are the two lines that repeat throughout the Villanelle, all the way through. So they better make sense when you put them together at the end. So that's what I want to make sure it works and ties something up at the end. The Villanelle isn't that old. It came into being in the 19th century. So it's not been around that long. Poets have used villanelles for a variety of subjects, but all good villanelles have two things in common. Remember, there's two things in common. They have strong opening tercets, the first three lines. On a villanelle, that is so important. If you've got that strong opening first three, everything kind of works well, because two of those three lines are going to repeat throughout, so they better be strong. And they also build in tone and intensity. But it's very, very important. Dylan Thomas, has everybody heard that Go Not Gently? Actually, Janet here read that and won third prize on Thursday night, and it's just a great poem. And he wrote another partial one with only 3 tercets rather than the 19 lines and something about the king's men, but that's really basically his only Villanelle. What a shame, he wrote it so well, and it's his only Villanelle.
Yeah.
So, and it has no established meter. You can use your own meter. You don't have to worry about stressed syllables. But it's always kind of nice in any kind of poetry you're writing to try and have a rhythm that feels a bit like a wave or riding a horse rather than being chopped and thrown down a flight of stairs. It just makes a better reading. It's just, so if you can keep that kind of, any kind of rhythm, try and keep some rhythm in your writing. It can use trimeter. Now, the 19th century villanelles used quite a bit of trimeter, but they didn't. People back then, they wouldn't now. So it's basically, we rocked until the pan slipped from the kitchen shelf, stuff like that. It's more like a song. There was a lot of songs back there. And the rhyme scheme for the villanelle, would you want me to read it out to you? I'm going to write this down because I can't read this one up. Rhyme scheme villanelle is a little bit more important that you actually see it right now, because there's going to be A1 and A2 in capitals and little small letters. It's 19 lines. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow, can you believe that? I actually should have been a builder. I got them all in there. Okay. So we have capital A1, B, capital A2. Those capitals are the ones that are going to repeat and repeat and repeat. And you go A, B, A1, A, B, A2, A, B, A1, A, B, A2, A, B, A1, A2. So these are your repeating lines all the way through. And the rhyme scheme scheme is AB. 2 words that are going to rhyme all the way through. That's what makes it a little difficult. So when you are first starting, you might want to, can everybody see that okay, or do you need me to yell it out to you?
Yell it out.
Yell it out?
Yeah, I just want to see.
Okay, A1, B, A2. AB, A1. AB, A2. AB, A1. AB, A2. AB, A1, A2. That's 19 lines. Try and get your last 2 first. When you've got that, then you can put those in there and then build something in there. The last word is the one that I know when I first started writing them, I used words that ended in ly because there's a lot of those. Constantly, beautifully, wonderfully. See, that made it easier to get that, so I use that for my B and I work on the A stuff. So words that beginning, ing, and makes it, and then as you get more used to it, you put words in that are harder to rhyme. Test yourself.
Are you going to read one? Because I'd love to hear it read and
Sure.
have you show us how it lines up with that formula.
Okay, I'll read you a famous one, then I'll read you one of mine.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Here they are. Did I not bring them? Okay, I have Dylan Thomas's Go Into That Night, and I also have One Art by Elizabeth Bishop, which is a little more current. It's 1911 to 1979. I have The Home on the Hill with Edward Arlington Robinson. Now that one is very, very few words. And then I have Mad Girl's Love Song by Sylvia Plath.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Margot Plath,
I love
it's sitting up there, so we'll read it for Maggie. Okay. I shut my eyes and all the world drops dead. I lift my lids and all is born again. I think I made you up inside my head. The stars go waltzing out in blue and red, and arbitrary darkness gallops in. I shut my eyes and all the world drops dead. I dreamed that you bewitched me into bed, and sun the moonstruck kissed me quite insane. I think I made you up inside my head. God topples from the sky, hell's fires fade. Exit seraphim and enter Satan's men. I shut my eyes and all the world drops dead. I fancied you'd return the way you said, but I grow old and I forget your name. I think I made you up inside my head. I should have loved a thunderbird instead. At least when spring comes, they roar back again. I shut my eyes and all the world drops dead. I think I made you up inside my head. And it's with that repetition, I think you enjoy writing it more, and I think people enjoy hearing it more because they may have never heard this thing before in their life, but when a couple of lines repeat twice, they've got something to hold on to. Oh, yeah. I know that poem. It's sort of a subconscious thing. Villanelles are a wonderful, wonderful form to write, and you'll do yourselves an enormous disservice if you don't write at least 10. Go home and write them when we're finished here because they're good for you.
What was the name of that poem?
This one was called Mad Girl's Love Song by Sylvia Plath. And there's quite a few villanelles around, and there's the thing with the villanelle is they can be realistic or surrealistic. I tend to write a little more surrealistic, so that was pretty realistic. I'll read you a surrealistic. My little Villanelles. I only put a couple in here. This is not a book of Villanelles, but after I read them in here, I thought, you know what? I must write a book of Villanelles because now I like them. And this is going to be the title of my book of Villanelles because I like the visual. With ageless fragility. Do you see somebody? I'm really quite young. Your image, an indelible stain on my mind, a dark blue portrait of passion and dreams, with ageless fragility thus designed. I cipher for love letters undefined, buried in pockets of silent screams, your image, an indelible stain on my mind. Always pure, your face never maligned, illuminated in pearl moonbeams, with ageless fragility thus designed. All broken vows now underlined, as the ink bends breaks into tears and streams, your image an indelible stain on my mind. Moving fast forward into rewind, everything becoming what least it seems, with ageless fragility thus designed. Passion's rule won't be undermined. The tip of her pen glistens and gleams. Your image, an indelible stain on my mind, with ageless fragility thus designed.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Every one of you can write those and better than me. Just work at it. I tell you, we've all got it. We can all do it. Interestingly enough, I have a little girl sitting there who once said to me, I could never get up on stage. Never, never, never. She's up on stage every weekend now. She just won third prize last night. Every one of us can do what we want to do. All we have to do is believe in ourselves. And even if nobody else likes what we do, if we like it, that's good enough. It'll show through. Do what you do, like it, love it, enjoy it. Go out there and knock them dead. You can do it.